This is Cosmic College. Not exactly somebody think of what this is gonna be, but either way, it's not an advertisement or anything like that. But those are evolving, and this kind of goes into yesterday. Running into those that have potential, and then getting nothing but they have potential evolving, but they end up attacking you and everything because they don't understand any of this stuff. The universe understands it. We're trying to understand it. It can take a long time. It's patience. It's not always being clear what it is. Like if you're evolving and all of a sudden your relationship falls apart, either they're just not ready for it or they don't want it. Obviously they're not ready for it, but or they just never want anything to do with it, or they have potential but they're going backwards instead. And I guess you get some clarity there if you're evolving spiritually. It's weird. It's Priscilla's here. And be surprised how many push back. Well, they don't understand it, and I don't think even those that are evolving understand it either. Meaning, like, what the hell am I running this psycho for? It's like, what's up with this? So why am I wasting my time with freak person? It's like, well, just steer me to somebody that's sane or whatever. But I've become more clear that it's more of like, running into more of those that have potential here. But when you try to connect with them, and it's kind of like the Wolverine, and then just stab you in the face with their claws. And just do everything they can to get the fuck away from you. And you're like, I'm just being normal, whatever. I'm not being freaky, weird. It might feel bizarre that you keep being pulled into their energy field. And you're just kind of wondering, what the fuck are you doing there? And they're like and what I get is those that are pushed, like they might have A student levels here as a human. No, maybe not morally, but but academically, whatever, morally, who knows, whatever. But there's another evolution there that can be cracked open, and then they're not having it. They'll dice you with gasoline, light you on fire, call you everything, call you every name in the book, and just, like I said, that's where the Wolverine thing comes in. They just F off, basically. And just stab you in the face. And so on. It's kind of like that. So like Professor X being castrated by their friends and whatever. Even I'm getting more of an understanding of it, of those that are, around those that have potential, let's put it that way. They're in the physical and getting torched alive, basically. I'm seeing it more clear because I didn't really see it in the past, so it's coming more clear of that, and it's brutal. And you try to be as calm and cool as you can, kind of like Professor X or something like that. And it's like you're just getting ramroded into the ground. So that's why the universe kind of throws its own hat into it. And the patience, and just if it goes somewhere, it doesn't. Who gives it? Whatever. But for the soul progression, it can happen, and just the person has to have their inner awakening. So get into that. So that's why some people, for them to. That's why a sudden death can happen, and that wakes up someone to their abilities. Sometimes it's a sacrifice. Like, you have potential, I'm gonna die so you can have your experience. Not that it's gonna happen to me, but somebody that has potential to grow, and then someone has to die that's close to them, for them to start breaking out of their shell. And it's brutal there. Yeah, that's how the physical human connects more to the astral plane, and it can really mess you up mentally. Fucking it, man. Went in the water and get a bunch of therapy for going through all this. So this is why the universe, spirit realms, but obviously a lot of it's the universe getting involved of just putting more of its effort into stages of it, unlocking one's potential. There's only a certain individual. It's not like everybody. Because there's those that need to be physical humans. They just need to do. They're born with the earth, or other beings are coming or need to be part of like the early humans that are born with the earth, earthbound humans, however you want to call it. And then they evolve. Then others are born with the earth or just incarnate here and want to be part of the human process. So it's always going to have you're always going to have your regular humans here, to some level. You just need it, but they'll have those that are evolving spiritually and connecting more to crazy realms, the astral and everything. And just you're going to have more evolved people, and that's you can say that's the new Earth of just third dimensional and more evolved individuals, and kind of like the X-Men. Probably a good example of that. Some, not exactly, but that's probably one of the better ways of looking at it. Extraordinary people, they're tapping their abilities. They're not perfect, of course. They're learning all this. It's freaking weird. It's just even those of us who've been doing it for a while. It's like fuck, we're not even giving the full understanding of it either. And of course, there's different processes and everything. There's an entertainment value to it. The entertainment value is just for those that are just not quite ready to tap into their own abilities. But they can tap into some of it. Tap into the drama and everything. They haven't cleared out whatever they need to do. It's just can't make everybody happy either way. Finding those apprentices that have potential. Like I said, it could be a spouse, could be a relationship that like you evolve and then they just break away from you for some reason. Like, oh, that's very strange. Why are you doing that? Oh, because either they're fighting their own evolution, which is very possible, or they're just not going to have it at all. They can't do it. But a lot of it's fighting. Where that goes is patience. For those that have like on a moral level, it doesn't really matter what someone's morals are. I mean, obviously, you want to have some kind of decent moral, but whatever. It's all about exploring, and that's why the Wolverine's a good example of just someone that's just like a crazy animal, and extreme. And you can say I'm around that extremeness currently. Damn, dude. It's like everyone else is like, get the fuck away from that shit. And the universe is like, you can handle this. Okay, good. I'm being doused by gasoline, but everything's fine. But it's very much like that. It's kind of, it's like that Wolverine type of reaction of just crazy and overreacting and whining, crying, whatever. And then eventually it's like, I guess eventually there'll be like a light bulb will come on. It's like, oh, maybe there's more to this than I thought. So when I'm involved with or dealing with, doesn't even have no clue what else is there. Now they might get downloads and things like that, which I'm not involved with, and eventually start to figure this out. I'm not the Grim Reaper or anything like that. It's weird. Welcome to modern reality. But this is definitely the ascension frequencies. This is why you also evolve. It's more spiritually because you have to have your energy tools to deal with it. And it's not everybody's going to understand it too. Others like, what the fuck are you involved with that crap? You can handle it. Well, you handle the wild beast. Not everybody has to be able to have a wild animal, but some of us do. Some of us have these. I'm not trying to, put myself on a pedestal for that one. It's just, Let's have a time comment, private sessions. Schedule it. Shop here. So yeah, this is yeah, that's what I don't care about what's on the site, or people are gonna find me. We're never gonna find my subs keep dying. It's like whatever. It's like not that it really matters. Just a number anyway. Who cares? Who gives a shit? And besides that, YouTube keeps suppressing my channel anyway. I just started to do the shorts. I just started to figure out how to even mess with it. The shorts I wasn't really that interested before, but now I understand. It does help get your channel attention. Not that matters. Like who cares? But you never know. I might as well now I have a better vibe of it. I'm not caring about the thumbnail. I'm just who cares? So what? This is the weird part of YouTube, or whatever you want to call it. Shadow ban zone. So this is kind of I'm not really seeing the future clearly, but yeah, this is all about really helping others evolve that are ready, and those that are already on the evolving level, that you might run into somebody that's nuts, third dimensional person. So why I keep running into this psycho? What's up with this? And I'm literally being like directed toward, yeah, so there's potential there, and even I'm not even giving clarity of the potential there. Obviously I have some idea of it, but I guess the person's evolving so I can see it more clearly. Like the psychic parts. I did connect to one before that was actually very spiritually evolved, but pig-headed like a motherfucker. It's like literally just I get astral visits and things like that, but I got pulled away from that person. I don't know if they're evolving at all, or I'm not gonna worry about it. I got enough to deal with as it is. And Priscilla's here. She doesn't make a video appearance, but she's here. Just Fritzy's doing her Fritzy thing. So yeah, this is like I said, the third dimensional people will still be third dimensional. They have whatever they got to do. And so the physical is still a necessity, at least for now. It can evolve into a higher frequency. This is how we become more alien, basically, right? But we still got the growing pains. Is this of course those that have their spiritual groups that have a lot of chaos within them. Well, I don't know if they're clearing that or not. I guess they kind of, I don't know. If you pull away from those chaotic groups, some just need to be chaotic for whatever reason. If you pull yourself out, that means you're unchaotic or just had enough of that. But you still have to go through it. Whatever. Yeah, it's weird. It's just, and sometimes those spiritual groups, sometimes they say they're here to help you evolve, but it has to be their way. And that might not, controlling, manipulative, take your DNA, or whatever. And there's a lot of manipulations there. It's like a DNA church, which is fucked up. The alien DNA church, basically. Yeah, kind of like Ancestry.com, but for energy. But it's not good, but whatever. That'll get shut down at some point when people figure it out. Yeah, so we're here. Yeah, this is, more people evolving. I don't know about walking through walls and stuff like that. I mean, that timeline does exist at some point. Altering timelines. The powers operate, maybe not showing physically, but like you're trying to get to a job or something, or getting somewhere, and you can alter time, or you just happen to be there right on time. By a minute or whatever it is, or you're looking for a job and then you just somehow manifest it when at the end, or whatever, just so there is work being done. It's just not showing itself at its full. You can't shoot lasers out of your eyes or anything, at least not physically to see it, but it doesn't mean you're not. And that's things, so. Yeah, stuff was, but so that just shows the world. I mean, that's why we come. Yeah, you kind of wonder what the hell we come here for. Oh, yeah, tell me about it. It's like, what the, Such many are just like, I'm ready, like I already have a report card for this person. It's like failed, but then I'm getting more of an understanding of. It's like none of it makes any. Yeah, it's good to ask the universe for clarity, especially when you're not making anything fucking clear. Especially when you're supposed to add your 2 cents to everything and that's not working. Well, it might have worked. You just put in your effort, and then the universe moves in, and spirit realms do their thing, and you just got, like I say, unhuman it. Just go with it. Yeah. And trusting spirit is probably one of the hardest things. But if you're here to evolve, trusting spirit, yeah, you push it to your like sometimes some have to be pushed to where pushed to the edge of not to say the financial part, but yeah, you have like a penny in your bank account, all of a sudden you got money from somebody. Sometimes I just use that for example. I'm not trying to push that out to anybody, but sometimes people have to be pushed to dire straits to finally make something happen for themselves. Maybe you're fine anyway. Even like like in the past when I had like no money, like nothing. I would usually have enough to fix a car though, because I couldn't fix it myself. Of course, then I'd have nothing after that, but I always had enough just to get enough for repair. Jeez, so I'm saying I'm still healing from all that trauma. Yeah, financial trauma. I think many people have actually. So anyway, yeah, so we are moving forward, even if it doesn't seem that way. It's just happening behind the scenes. It's not clear as day. Like you can't turn yourself into a giant physically, but energetically you can if you have any purpose for that. It's just, it's probably better that it's behind the scenes. Like you don't have people walking through walls yet, but like I said, it doesn't mean it doesn't have that potential. We are becoming more of the alien here. It said the aliens coming down and visiting us in the 9th dimension or whatever, which they can. But it's like, sometimes they just keep for themselves. I mean, obviously they're helping, but, more translucent, hidden. Of course, some people might see them. I don't really pay that much attention to them a whole lot. I do more of the universe stuff recently. I go to the boss, I guess, something like that. But yeah, it's like we have the aliens here physically, but people push themselves to evolve, not necessarily. But now there's no aliens here, so you're kind of pushing yourself to evolve internally, to connect to that more alien abilities. And it is rough because you're not getting to your full. I mean, you have the ability, but just kind of cracking, hacking the human to make things to where you want it. Well, it takes time, and it's a physical room. It has all. Yeah, obviously, the universe will shut it down if it, if it isn't, if it's not meant for this life experience. Just the way it is. Well, you have a contract, so you have to kind of, when it cause like some people can cause weather anomalies with their minds and all that. So, some things have to be kept. So anyway, I'll tap into the astral realms, and I guess the Pleiadians here too, but we get the astral, can I see Akashic energies of all this and see what comes up. All right, so blessings. Greens is the universe consciousness. Humans, yes, are ordering patience to those. All humans are. Some have so much patience. That's why everything's so slow. It's like making a quilt. Whittle by whittle, a large quilt. And the alien beings that are here, yes, you're used to things happening instantly. So coming here is very. Yes, the world is very slow, and you're slowly speeding it up to some level. But as for potential of those that are here, so to give you some understanding, you go into their aura, you go into their chakras, you go into their higher self. And there's an agreement also, first off. You will not be connected to that individual if you do not have some kind of agreement. So there is an okay there. Now the physical person might look at you like you're the devil, only because you're kind of like closing out their old version of themselves, and that might be absolutely terrifying. Think about it. I mean, you're already through your awakening, and you're there to open the door, and it's like, so that old me is going away pretty much, yes. Not that, and it's kind of scary. So they might see you as the Grim Reaper, because technically, in some ways, that's true. You're closing out the old version of themselves. Now, some go slower, some goes faster, some fight like a bastard. Yeah. Well, they don't know. Well, because the human version is having trouble understanding this astral stuff. But once you have to get downloads, they become more spiritually mature. They see you're not the devil. And it might take some time, but eventually when they see you're not as the devil, they can actually create, a strong bond there. Yes, it's kind of like My Fair Lady or something. Yeah, like your apprentice to teach others too. And it can be your children, it could be whomever. It could be a neighbor. If you feel like there's some kind of universal pull to a certain individual. It could also be, it could be you yourself might be learning from your own animals, birds, whoever. Be surprised. And your own journey, and so just follow your intuition and your own teachings. And yes, not everybody has to have a difficult apprentice. Some some individuals here just want to because you're kind of ripping them out of their old timeline once again, and they're so used to it, especially all the traumas. Sometimes they make their traumas their whole world, and now you're there to help them learn from it, and that's difficult. But a lot of it has to do with downloads. You're assisting the download for them to break free, and where that goes is up to them. They might leech on to you for dear life because you're the only one that actually understands, because it's scary. Because it's kind of like seeing life and death. You're seeing the world in a totally different way. And it can hurt for a while. But then the person truly does go to their next level. And then they'll find out about you through a download. So think about your energy work. Like I said, this is just for future reference for those that are tapping it. Either going through it now, or you will, or just knowledge in general. You go through your crown chakra. You go through their crown chakra. Actually, combine your crown chakras, even your chakras themselves, depending on the situation, to kind of combine, like almost like they walk through. You're walking through, or even combine your energy with that individual. Now this is extreme case. Not all cases are like. Sometimes you just work on their chakras, and that's about it. Kind of like an auto mechanic. You just do some fine tuning, no big deal, and then they evolve in some ways, and they start to understand you possibly. Who knows? It might take. It's all patience. You don't put a lot to it. But there are some cases where you do combine with a person's energy because they're just not getting it. And because now as a person feel like, do they shut this down? Well, the universe has a way of saying, well, technically it's in their contract for their awakening. It's just they're making it very difficult. The universe will find a way. They already agreed to. Most likely, they already agreed to it when they incarnated here. You won't have that conversation. We have those thoughts that they're here to evolve. So they can be added to their contract later, but most likely it's added to before they came in. And it's very difficult. And it might send some Neanderthal, even some, past lives of them just being a hard ass. And they can tap into other sides when they're a hard ass and so on. But it's kind of but the idea for this, why this is occurring, it's your not just your ascension, the Earth's ascension, and it doesn't mean you're out of the woods yet. But you can, when you get out of this tug of war fight, yes, you can experience more of a peacefulness. But the transition from a third dimensional person to more of a fourth dimensional person can be brutal. Yeah, almost. Yeah, it feels like death. It is kind of, like I said, it is kind of like a death of the old, and that's terrifying. But what used to be exciting to him is now not. He might feel the 1950s frequency because that's the programming that they're going through, and some of them might be 70s. But if you see either way, if you see another era, it's their program that's going through. So, and some are going through their own awakenings, but they're just holding on to, yeah, space programs, where they're trying to actually remember their alien self. Sometimes they try to force it. Has it worked? Sometimes it can. It's better for it to come to naturally, but some want to speed it up. And of course, yeah, this whole spiritual awakening is not what's cracked up to be now. As some of you know, it's very traumatic, actually. And it's like a divorce from yourself, and it's a phoenix type of frequency. Where, yeah, but it can be traumatizing on so many different, because you can't, like, people you used to speak to, it's just not working anymore. Yeah, they have to go away because it's just not. They're in the past, and you are going into the future. It's like you're going to college. Yes, you have to grow up from your old high school friends and move away. But some do everything they can to hold on to their past. As it starts to fall apart, and they can't grip onto it anymore. It's just part of the soul evolves. With your help or not, you can be there to guide. But if they're pushing you away, that means you're just not ready. But they can't push forever. It will say hello at one point, because their crown chakras, all this will start to open up. It's like, now I know what you're here for. You're not here to kill me after all. Well, in some ways you are, but like I say, it's more of the old frequency. It's part of graduation, though. A graduation present, you could say, that is difficult. Blessings.